What's good, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. We're back with the second workout of this beginner strength training program. I'm TJ, and I'll be guiding you through this series. And at the end of it, you'll not only know how to do all of the workouts and the exercises within it, but you'll also have a complete strength training program at your disposal that you could build upon, that's designed to help you move better, get stronger. And then as you progress through your training and you learn more things, you can customize it to add more things to it to make it fully fit whatever those goals for you are. Whether that's playing pickleball on the weekends, going out paintballing or hiking, mountain biking, doing amateur competitions, whatever moving better, getting stronger looks like for you. For today's workout, we're going to be focusing on the pulling foundational movement pattern. That means today's going to be a big back day. With pulling patterns, we've got two general categories of pulling patterns: horizontal pulling, which are going to be exercises like rows, and then vertical pulling, which are going to be exercises like pull-ups and lat pull-downs. Just like the squat workout, we're going to set this up the same way, starting with our warm-up. So that's going to be 3 exercises back to back to back before we take our break, run it back to the top, do a second round through that, and then we'll move on to the strength training portion. For the warm-up circuit, the first exercise we're going to be doing are going to be cobras, which is going to help with getting those mid and lower trap fibers in our backs activated and warmed up. It's also going to help take our shoulders through some retraction and depression. And then after that, we got our core work, which is going to be a balanced suitcase hold. So we're going to be training our core through anti-lateral flexion, which is going to help with our ability to brace and engage our core. And then our last exercise is going to be a balance exercise, an isometric cable row, to further strengthen and warm up those traps, get our lats going, along with the balance component of it to help with that proprioception and building that joint stability within our leg. All right, let's fucking go. Cobras are the first exercise. We're going to be in the prone position for this exercise. So laying on your stomach, arms are going to be straight out towards your sides so your body forms a T. You want to engage your glutes. We're going to externally rotate from the shoulders, so thumbs are going to rotate up towards the ceiling. And from here, we're going to retract, so squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then while they're squeezed together, think of pulling your shoulder blades down towards your feet. Pause for a couple of seconds, and then return back to the starting position. So again, external rotation of the shoulders, thumbs rotate pointing up towards the ceiling. Squeeze the shoulder blades back, so retracting, and then pulling your shoulder blades down towards your feet. Couple second pause here, and that's how we're going to do it. Couple of tips with this exercise. You want to keep your glutes engaged as you do this. This will kind of lock in your lower body and give you a nice stable base. And then another thing that you want to do is you want to keep your chest low to the ground without hyperextending your back. It's not like a yoga cobra where you're trying to hyperextend, come high off the ground with it. The goal is to stay low with this exercise and let all of the movement happen from your shoulder blades. So chest low to the ground, neutral head position. So head is looking towards the ground, eyes looking towards the ground. Big retraction in the shoulder blades, so squeeze the shoulder blades together. Pull the shoulder blades down towards the ground, chest low to the ground, looking down at the ground, keeping those glutes squeezed. Balance suitcase hold. For this exercise, we're going to need one heavy dumbbell. We're going to be using the contralateral side, so opposite side of our balanced leg. That means if I'm standing on my right leg, I'm going to be holding the dumbbell in my left hand. If I'm standing on my left leg, my right hand is going to hold. So let's set up the exercise, lining up our foot, second and third toes lined up with the midline of your knee. So if you drew a straight line down, That middle of the knee should line up with those second and third toes. Make that arch with your foot, so grabbing down with your foot, engaging your legs, so quads and glutes engaged, and then we're gonna be bracing through our core. The dumbbell is gonna wanna pull us and bend us this way, so we're really gonna have to use this opposite side oblique to brace through and lock in our core to be able to hold and maintain that position. All right, set up, everything's locked in, core is engaged, bracing all the way through, and then we're standing, we're just gonna stand here, holding and balancing, keeping that quad engaged, keeping the glutes engaged, trying not to bend over and lean to the side. Holding for time, nice tall posture, keeping all of that engagement. Switch sides, same setup. Again, grab down with the foot, make the arch, quads and glutes engage. And then just balancing, keeping that engagement in the leg the whole time, really bracing through with this opposite oblique to keep that upright, tall posture. After we finish that, last exercise in the circuit is going to be an isometric cable row. I'll show you what that looks like here in a second. For this exercise, we're going to need a cable machine. We want the pulley adjusted so that it's level with our elbow, and we're going to be using 2 long handle attachments. To set up, since it's a balance exercise, everything's going to be the same as we did with that suitcase hold just a second ago. Grab down with the foot, make that arch, lock in the leg, brace through your core. With the handles, we're gonna go with a supinated grip, so palms are gonna be up. From here, all we're doing is squeezing those shoulder blades back, driving those elbows in line with the belly button. We're gonna hold this for time, keeping this retraction and engagement with our traps, back muscles the entire time. Make sure that your head is in a nice neutral position. Don't have your head cranked forward. Neutral head position, tall posture. Keep that engagement with the leg. And then, as soon as we finish that, we're gonna go right into the opposite leg. Once we finish this, that'll be the end of the circuit. Then we'll take our 1 to 2 minute rest, run it one more time through, and then on to the strength training portion. All right, take your rest, and then on to strength training. Moving on to the strength training portion of the workout, we've got 3 exercises we're gonna be doing, 3 sets. These are all gonna be 4-2-1 tempo. So the 4-second eccentric, that's the lengthening phase of the muscle action, 2-second isometric, and then a 1-second concentric. First exercise we're gonna be doing is gonna be our horizontal pulling pattern, so dumbbell rows. This is gonna work our traps and our lats. And then the next exercise we have after that is gonna be working the vertical pulling pattern, lat pull downs. It's gonna be a supinated lat pull down. As the name implies, lats are gonna be the muscle that we're working. And then finally, last exercise, gonna finish it out with some accessory work. It's just a high incline bicep curl, so that way we can get the guns going. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do it. For the dumbbell row, we're gonna be using an adjustable bench. If you want it adjusted sort of somewhat like this, if you have it too high up, you're not gonna be able to get your forearm on the bench, or you're gonna be really high vertical, it's not gonna work. If the bench is too low, when your forearms on it, you're gonna be way down here. Also not gonna work. Find the middle ground. Yes, yes, cool. Forearm is on the bench. You've got this nice flat back, and you're in a position sort of set up like this. Yes, yes, cool. All right, so full forearm pressing into the bench, grabbing the dumbbell, using a neutral grip. Let your shoulder protract forward, so come all the way forward, and then driving with the elbow, so elbows pulling in line with the belly button. 2-second hold here, and then we're gonna go 4 seconds on the way down. Letting that shoulder come all the way forward, drive back, pause, and down. With my leg that's on the ground, I'm actively pushing this foot into the ground. Actively pushing my forearm into the bench. Really driving, pulling with that elbow, let that shoulder come forward. Drive back, squeeze the shoulder blade back, using that lats and traps to pull with the arm. Once we've knocked out 3 sets on our dumbbell row, we're gonna move on to lat pull downs. If you have a dedicated lat pull down machine at your gym, this will work, or you can use a cable machine. That's what I have. Cable machine, pulleys adjusted to the highest setting with a straight bar attachment. We're gonna use a supinated grip for this exercise. So that means our palms are gonna be up when we grab. The tempo for it is gonna be a quick pull down, pause at the bottom, and then 4-second eccentric on the way up. So grab a grip right at about shoulder width, palms up. From here, we're driving down with our elbows, pulling our shoulder blades down towards the ground, right at the collarbone. We're gonna pause, 2-second hold here, and then 4 seconds on the way up. Letting that weight come all the way high, drive down with the elbows, pull the shoulder blades down, 2-second pause, 4 seconds on the way up. And then make sure that when you do it, you're wanting to get a big stretch through your lats. So let your arms come up as high as you can. Let those shoulders pull as high as they can. And drive down. And one tip with this exercise is think of leading with your shoulder blades. So pulling, starting the movement by driving down with your shoulder blades and then pulling the elbows down. Hit the collarbone, 2-second pause. 4 on the way up. We're going to do that 3 sets, and then we move on to our high incline bicep curl to finish out the workout, and that'll be that. Our last exercise of the workout is going to be a high incline bicep curl. We're going to use an adjustable bench for this exercise. You don't want the bench completely vertical. Go about 1 notch back or so. Depending on your bench that you have, it may be 1 or 2 notches, but it should be at just a slight incline back. So when you're laying, you'll be able to get a full stretch through the bicep. Grab your 2 dumbbells, you're leaning back. Try not to hyperextend and arch your back, so have your whole back flat to the bench. Palms are gonna be up. From here, we're gonna just bicep curl, squeeze the biceps, 2-second pause at the top, and then we're gonna go 4 seconds lowering down. Again, squeeze the biceps, 2-second pause, 4 seconds lowering down. Do your 3 sets on that, and that'll be a wrap. With the bicep curls done, that's going to complete today's workout. And before I wrap things up, I want to leave you with a couple of closing notes and thoughts on customizing this beginner strength training program, so that way you can make it more tailored towards your specific goals later down the road. I've used a very basic template to follow, so like your sets, reps, rest periods. However, depending on your specific goals, your conditioning levels, how much training experience you have, you may need to adjust some of the variables later down the road. Let's say your goal is muscular endurance. During the strength training portion, you could add more reps, you can lower your rest periods. Every variable within the program that you adjust is going to elicit a different response from your body. So that's going to change your actual physical capabilities based on the variables that you adjust. All right, so things to think about for going forward as you progress through and learn more about training and these specific types of workouts and different exercises and modalities of exercise, right? Your body weight movement exercises, your core work, your balance work, the strength training. All of those can be adjusted specifically to what you're looking to achieve. And that's going to be it. Stay tuned for the next workout. I will see y'all then. All right, peace.